Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in prime time, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Miami Dolphins. Set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go! Ready?
A nice little juke. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Niners, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just match protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
It's a gain of 35.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? Or what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better? They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Out of the gun is a give to Achane. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Perkins. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Perkins. Going up top. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins Dolphins use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey. And he is going to have the 49ers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
Well, Jarius Sneed up to make the play defensively. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Back to throw here. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
2 yards on the play. First down.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First down, San Francisco to pick up 14 yards. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An inside give, Brown. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him incomplete. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 38 yards. And the Niners have got it back to within a score. Point after try forthcoming. And that one makes it 14-7. Ready to kick it away, and here we go.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Achane gets it from the gun, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. The Dolphins at 6-2 to start play. And they come in after a loss last time out, but they've still been in good form. They've won 6 of their last 8.
And the key for them, as I see it, tightening things up on defense, because the offense did its part. They played well, but defensively, way too many lapses and big plays allowed. That ultimately doomed them in their last ball game.
They set up the screen. Achane has it. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Now a 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Perkins. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Perkins. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. Up the middle, Achane. Well, he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And Martin's got it complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Perkins. That is caught. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On the throw, letting too much that time. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll look to throw again. As he throws there, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Let's go now. Cover 19. Cover 19.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 10 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Back to throw now on first down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
They'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. They'll set up a throw.
That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half.
21, 49ers 10.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They'll drop the throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as he'll be brought down at the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they send a man in motion right. To the left side, into the hands of Odunze. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. He's going to let it go again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Second and 2. Now he'll tuck this and run. That's going to be caught downfield by Miller. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, they'll throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
And the 49ers first down.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Thomas has got it, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. One of the tight ends comes in motion. Brown. Is in. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that big-time drive right there? If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
16.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, and you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, giving different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. I think that's a good example of why they've been successful this year. They're fearless on any down.
And it's interesting that this year I asked an NFL head coach about being fearless and going for it on fourth down, and he said, people have to understand, there's fearless and there's reckless. I try not to be reckless when I make a decision to go for it on fourth down. In this case, fearless wins.
They'll run, H.M. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Perkins. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a two-point conversion.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
First down.
first down. He'll drop to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got plenty to catch.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
From the gun on 3rd down, Perkins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Again, he'll drop to throw. This one thrown underneath to Achane. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
What a call there on 3rd down. Took conviction, didn't it? If this is incomplete, the complexion of this game changes dramatically. Instead,
and this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
The score, Dolphins 35, 49ers 23.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and one side a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
and I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, We didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for Miami,